What I am going to talk about today may sound as radical as hand washing sounded to a mid-19th century doctor, and yet it is equally scientific. It is the simple idea that optimizing nutrition is a safe and viable way to avoid, treat, or lessen mental illness. Nutrition matters. Poor nutrition is a significant and modifiable risk factor for the development of mental illness.
So for our civics project, we wanted to focus on health in general. Our compelling question is, should health be emphasized and more important at lower high school? Our hypothesis is that schools address personal, social, and health education and spend less and less time teaching it because of pressure to focus on academic subjects, and it is difficult to have teens come forward about mental health issues and be aware of the importance of nutrition. The supporting questions are, does nutrition affect schoolwork? If so, how? Are students choosing healthier lunches? How does the school spread positivity? Is it the students' jobs or teachers? And how do you feel at school?
Through our research, we found out that bad nutrition leads to unhealthy characteristics. With poor nutrition, students can feel tired, stressed, and limit the amount of work they do. According to the district website, school lunches concede with the food pyramid, and menus are also analyzed using a nutrient analysis software order to meet the grade level specific dietary specifications. Calories, saturated fat, and sodium, set forth by the USDA. However, students wouldn't agree that the school lunches are edible nor healthy. As part of our Level 2 action, students were asked in the survey whether they considered school lunches healthy. 50% of students surveyed said no, while 41.7% said some aspects are and some are not. Lastly, 8.3% considered them healthy.
Learned that students mostly value their mental health and would like more support from school towards maintaining a positive attitude and acknowledging mental health. From our survey, 83.3% of the students claim to know someone with mental health issues. According to an NPR article, 1 in 5 students in the United States show symptoms of a mental health disorder, and 80% of them do not receive the proper treatment. The article states that students that are not treated result in chronic absence, low achievement, and disruptive behavior, and dropping out. If we can prevent mental health at an early age or acknowledge it earlier, we can avoid those problems, which is why we want to help raise awareness. Raising awareness on health issues will enable us to help prevent symptoms of mental health and physical health to affect school.
As part of our actions, we first wanted to gain insight. By conducting the survey, we learned how students feel at school, and specifically health awareness at school. Then, we interviewed medical careers teacher and athletic trainer Mr. Nastasi. We asked him a series of nutrition and mental health related questions. What would you recommend students to do to maintain their health? What is your opinion on the food supply to the students in school? Do you believe nutrition has an effect on performance in school? How does the school spread positivity? Is it the students' jobs or the teachers? Do you find it difficult to teach health-related topics? How do you reach out to students about it? What happens in the event of a mental health incident? And here's what he had to say.
Couple different things you can do for nutrition. What I would recommend for students would be the traditional 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Making sure you get all of your protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and figuring out a balance for all students and what they need, and consume everything in moderation. I believe the food is very carbohydrate heavy. A lot of fillers in those different types of foods that we offer to make sure that the students aren't getting hungry if they consume the school food, to make sure they aren't getting hungry throughout the day. But I don't think it's an adequate amount of the protein intake that it should be. I think the balance between the carbohydrate, protein, and fat is all off, but I understand the reasoning for the high carbohydrate to kind of maintain the fullness for the students on campus. I do, and going off the last statement, I think that if you are not feeling hungry, you are more alert in class, you're not, your mind's not wandering off, thinking about what you're going to eat, or but it also, the food gives you energy for the students to perform. So I think there is a correlation between an adequate amount of food and their performance within the class. I think it's both the students and the teachers. I think it's I think the staff and the teachers at Loera give plenty of opportunities for the students to have a positive mindset. I believe there is a negative reflection, but we do the best that we can to promote the positivity. I do find it difficult in some areas when we do cover different topics. I do find it difficult as far as touchy subjects for something about weight or something about certain lifestyles that not all my students may find available in their normal daily life, and it's hard to relate for some of these students, but at the same time giving them the opportunity to see what is actually out there in a different perspective. My biggest thing is to notice or recognize and then get the rest of the team involved and refer it out to our different partners here on campus. And as far as my role, it's basically the recognition and, hey, something's not right.
Next, we created flyers to spread the word about our Level 2 action, which is our very own social media account. We created a social media account to involve little solutions to mental health and nutritional health issues. Our account, Positive Vibes, Positive Minds, has received followers across Loera, and we have received comments saying students can relate and appreciate the content. We chose to create an Instagram account because it allowed us to be more interactive with our followers and answer any questions. It has also helped us notice what students' interests are. Though the page only has 108 followers, in just the past 7 days it has been viewed 299 times, and all of our posts were seen 2,608 times. Lastly, we created a health blog for all students to reach. It is linked on our Instagram and has any information anyone can reach. The blog allows us to post tips for high school students, resources, and provide them with positivity. We will post things that support all 3 forms of health: mental, physical, and social. Thank you for your time.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby, squeeze me oh so tight, show me that